we are 42 minutes in.
Surprise! Alright.
You're in complete darkness.
Complete darkness. So previously on Dungeons and Dragon Hats, we resumed, the party resumed Alathar's test in the giant temple with riddles, elementals, and magical archways. Nipday was unconscious the entire time due to him not being present. B-Crew continued to solo everything, and Tarm and Hawk helped him to solo everything. Eventually, Alathar decided that close enough, he'll deal with them for now. And they have 2 weeks.
But not after some stern words.
But after some stern words to all of you, he has decided.
Not equally though.
Not equally. Not equally. Dreglin was unconscious, so he. Hawk kept walking away, so he got a bit of a talking to. B-Crew got a talking to for leaving everyone behind.
Solving all the puzzles. Oh, yes,
Solving
that
all
was
the
it.
puzzles and leaving everyone behind. And Tarm didn't, because he is apparently the best of all.
Gentle old man.
Gentle old man. Alathar does not want to hurt his feelings. And Alathar has decided that close enough, they're going to be given a trial period. He informed them that their lives would be restored for 2 weeks. In that time, they needed to acquire 2 vials of the exotic Sun Orchid Elixir from the desert nation of Thuvia. And as the world around them fell apart into darkness, we resume again the party's adventures in Dungeons and Dragon Hats.
Woo!
Woo! So as you might remember last time, I think it might have been actually after the stream ended, I had you all roll a fortitude save.
Oh yeah.
And as some of you might remember, or at least one of you remembers, Tarm is the first one to awaken. You feel, at first you get like your sense of feeling back, and it feels very soft around you, and you feel, as you kind of shift a bit, you feel like shifting sands underneath your weight, and as you open your eyes, you realize that you're surrounded by sand, and the sky is turning purple with twilight, and you see your companions lying around you. What do you do?
Which one was me?
Oh my god. That should be you here, Nipday.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, so you are the first to awaken. The others are still unconscious around you.
Okay. So Tom takes a moment to make sure that
You're still on. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I saw someone move.
Yeah, I think he was just making sure that it was the right thing. So Tom takes a moment to do a mental inventory of all his limbs.
You still have all of your limbs.
And to do the old person check to make sure that there's nothing that feels out of place and broken.
Everything seems to be where it should be.
He silently praises his deity and slowly and creakingly sits up with a groan.
Alright. And as you do that, you begin to see... right, that's right. You didn't update. I was confused. I saw my roll. Oh wait, no, that's right. That's right. Sorry. I remember what that roll is now. Because I forgot to label it, which all of you should label it, because none of you label your rolls except for B-Crew.
I
And
did
it's
label
confusing
you.
me.
I did.
Oh yeah, you weren't here. You two, you other two, label your rolls.
Well, I didn't know it was 4.
Well, like fortitude save or something. Whatever. So as you sit up, you see the elven gunslinger and the summoner begin to stir. You two, you feel the sand beneath you shift, and you begin to awaken.
Who's the one who's not waking up, sorry?
Beaker's the only one who is still unconscious at this point.
Okay.
Oh, I'm awake. Yay!
Yes, you are finally awake. The last thing that
Um,
you remember is that you had 2 lightning elementals looming over you.
So I'm panicking around, just looking around it. That are there any enemies?
Do you want to roll a perception check?
Yeah.
Alright, go ahead.
Wait a second, I need to find my stats.
Does anyone need a link to their character sheet?
Up actually, because I have lost all of my savings as I've installed Windows. Thank you.
Yep.
Perception. Where is it?
So it's going to be a d20 plus your perception bonus. It's
Yeah.
so weird not seeing you pink bunts. I have to say, it's freaking me out.
Me all like low quality as well.
Like
Yeah.
you're like super high def now, and I keep looking over looking for like a pink picture to see like what you're doing, and then I'm like, where is he?
I spent some
And then I-
time in the sun. I'm pretty pinked up.
You are.
Fuck. 7. 15.
15, okay. Alright, 15, you look around, you see no lightning elementals. You see sand going off in every direction. There's a dune about like 30 feet in pretty much every direction that's blocking your view of the horizon. But other than that, the sky is turning twilight and you don't see anything that you would find particularly hostile. You do see the others though, with Tarm sitting up. The summoner starting to kind of waken, and then you see Beaker still limp in the sand.
Are you all? Is everyone all right?
Right. Hawk, as he's getting up, is sort of just cracking his back and just sort of rolling his shoulders around and just thinks for a second, then looks around, see if he can see Nihilus.
You do not see Nihilus.
Okay, can he roll a perception check as he just wants to look around, see if he can just...
Go for it. This is a very quiet session so far. Normally people are like talking the entire time.
I'm just trying to think.
9.
Sorry,
you
I'm unconscious.
You
Not
still do
sorry
not.
enough.
You still do not see Nihilus. You
Okay.
see sand and you see sky, and you do not see your Eidolon.
Okay. Would I have knowledge of him being like, actually, could I roll knowledge planes to see if I just need to resummon him or something?
I will say that as a summoner, you know that every time that you are asleep or unconscious, your Eidolon is automatically dismissed.
Okay. Yeah, okay, so he starts to look around and then it clicks. Oh, yeah, of course. And, since I've never actually done it before, can I just, like, initiate summon?
Yeah, it'll take a minute.
Okay,
But
well,
you are
I
able to
look
use
around to the rest of the guy. I look around to everyone else and says, I'll be back in a minute. And I'll just go over to the side and start to summon him over.
Alright.
I would like to check if I have all of my stuff with me still.
Alright.
What would
Roll a
be the-
perception check.
Okay, so
Meanwhile, Beaker, you are starting to stir as well, as he is making this check.
Blah, blah.
He speaks!
12.
Dreglin, you give yourself a once-over. Everything seems to be as it should. Nothing seems out of place.
Thank God.
Tom looks over to B Crew and says, "Ah, our fourth finally awakes."
Beaker snaps towards the direction of the voice, as he hadn't previously seen anybody around him.
Trekton walks towards the two and asks if they are all right and do they need any help.
Tom Tom puts his hand out and says, "An old man could use help getting to his feet, young man."
Okay, Treklon gives his hand and says, "Here you go, buddy."
With a groan and a creak, Tom stands up and looks thankfully at Nipty's character, whose name I still can't remember. Dreglon.
Dreglin.
Dreglon.
Well, if you have a hard time, just call me Misfire.
Misfire. I can pronounce that.
It sounds like you won a pageant.
Misfire. That was worthy of Bunce himself.
Bunch brand. Big joke.
Bunch
Nope.
brand. Stolen jokes.
That's Brad don't know how to finish this.
Bunch brand plagiarism.
Bunch brand bailout.
Brand. Should have thought of that faster.
Out of interest, how do I summon him? Just so I know, just for future roleplay reference.
You summon him the same way that you would summon a monster. Basically, you just kind of like wave your hand, say a few magic words, and just kind of request that he be here.
Boom.
More chances than none, because you have kind of like a contract with this Eidolon that he would appear every single time that you summon him. He'll appear.
No problem.
So is
Sorry?
Hawk audible?
Is Hawk audible? Yeah. Unless you're trying to like hide the fact that I don't think he's being particularly like, I gotta make sure that no one hears that I'm doing magic things.
How does it look as well? So I just want to know, just for future references, just in case I need to summon him like a stealthy situation or something. Like, is there light?
You look sexy when you do that.
Sorry for the
Do
share.
I just unbutton my whatever I'm wearing? Just like, so how's it happening? Like,
Mechanically?
yeah.
Or okay, mechanically it is speaking and you are making gestures, but flavorfully, it's mostly like you murmuring under your breath and kind of in a meditative state.
Is there any light or anything like that? Any magic present? Or... I just want to know how it looks, just in case. Am I creating a light here, or?
It's not a substantial light.
Okay, that's okay.
It's
It's
more
like-
it's more like a slight like shimmer as the creature that you're summoning appears.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Well,
I can't
Well,
remember if the character's been introduced yet. Do we know
You guys
names?
still don't know each other's names. We established this last time. The only ones who know each other's names are
me and Liam.
Oh,
Tarm,
Hawk.
Nihilus, and Hawk know each other's names. Everyone else is just like, who are you guys?
Okay, so Tom is still holding Draglon's hand, having been held up, and he begins to shake it warmly and says, "By the way, young man, it's good to meet your acquaintance. Whilst you're awake, my name is Tarmakos."
Nice to meet you, Tamikos. I'm Treklon. And thanks for everything you have done for the whole group.
I think you may you may not have been awake for most of the things we did.
Actually, I was for the part. You were doing stuff, if I remember right.
But in character. In character, you were unconscious. The
Well,
last time that you saw Tarm was when you went to your right.
Oh wait,
went inside the gateway following.
I remember that I was in contact with him when he was helping someone, but could be that I.
The last person you saw
No,
was
the
Beaker.
last. Yeah, the last
Oh,
person
yeah.
you saw was Bikru walk past you as you were swimming, and then you were screaming for help, and everything went black as two elementals were looming over you.
Yeah, sorry, I'm remembering my own things. It has been
Yeah.
a while at least.
No problem.
Ah,
You've been unconscious for ages. I mean,
Yeah, I have been dreaming all this.
it's been over a month, so
No wonder there was boobies and everywhere.
wow. Okay.
wow.
Well,
Okay.
As this introduction is going down, I'm assuming that that's finished.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Or is B-Crew gonna do something?
B-Crew is looking around everywhere for any signs of the landscape. He's looking where the sun is in the sky.
Alright, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Okay. My perception is flippin' massive.
Of course it is, because you're a rogue, and also you're a Tengu. So it's gonna
And
be
also,
like...
I've got a lot of points in there.
Yeah, pretty much.
Bottoms up.
Alright, so you, of course, see sand. You're lying on sand, you're surrounded by sand, there are sand dunes, like, pretty much in every direction. You don't have a clear shot of the horizon, you seem to be in a bit of a dip, or a valley of the sand dunes. Above you, you see that the sky is turning purple, almost eerily like the sky in the temple. But judging by the shadows of the dunes, the sun is in this direction. Meanwhile, Hawk.
I don't see a direction, sorry.
Oh,
don't
I'm
see a
sorry.
direction.
I'm on the GM layer again. I keep doing this. Okay, that direction.
It's to the left.
To the left.
Okay.
To the left. To the left.
What was it you saw in that direction? Sorry, I was reading the chat.
Judging
Sun.
from the shadows, that's where the sun is.
Okay. Cool.
Judging from the shadows, the sun is to the left.
B-Crew has determined but not said.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Hawk, you've finished summoning your Eidolon, and Nihilus appears next to you with a pop and a bit of a shimmer.
Okay. As he does that, as he's sort of waving his hands about, he just starts to relaxes and looks down to him and just, it's good to have you back, friend. He just sort of looks up and then returns to the rest of the party. Heads
Nihilus says to you as after you summon him, he says, "It's been a while. I took you for dead."
Oh, you're doing the voice show now.
Well, he says that.
Okay. Oh yeah, of course we've been in the freaking dream, like basically dream world, haven't we?
Dream?
No, I didn't say that in character.
Oh, okay.
No, he just turns his. Just still stretching and recovering. It's a long story, friend. I'll tell you later.
Alright.
So I head on over to the party. He just looks around. Oh, everyone's here. Oh, and you're awake. He looks over at Dreglon.
Yeah. How are you?
Tired. We had to haul your ass.
Yeah. Sorry about that. If I have been an issue for you.
We.
Well, don't listen.
So I would have. It would have been helpful if the bird brain over there would have helped me and not run away.
DM,
Yes.
which direction and how far is the nearest crest of a hill, in my estimation?
The closest hill is in this direction. Here, I'll draw the top of the hill for you.
While you,
That's kind of the highest crest of the nearest sand dune.
Okay.
well, while that's
Walks off.
while that's going on, anyway, Hawk was about to speak and then just stops and halts as B-Crew just walks straight through his vision, and then just shakes his head and back to Dreglon. Well, it's not me you should apologise to. It's Nihilus down here who carried you. But anyway, and he opens his bag and searches through it and then tosses him his pistol.
I think,
You drop
I
this.
think
You reach for his pistol and discover that you do not have his pistol.
Okay, yeah. Oh, of course, yeah. Okay, he looks through and just sort of realizes. Still getting you. You would have thought I'd know about planes there by now. It doesn't. He just looks up at Dreadlon and just it doesn't matter.
Can Tom tell what B-Crew's doing?
You can roll a sense motive check. Because I presume that B-Crew didn't tell you on the way. Or
No, he's
isn't
walked off.
exactly making it clear.
$20 of the 5s. Actually, 5 of them.
B-Crew, what are you doing?
Messaging you.
The silence intensifies.
Silence is golden.
Enjoy the silence.
Okay, B Crew climbs to the top of the hill and then looks around again.
Alright, it appears to you that he is looking around for something, maybe trying to get better bearings, but he has headed towards the closest sand dune and is stopped at the very top of it.
Okay.
And you can roll me a perception check, Beaker, to see what you see. And all that he could see was the other side of the sand dune. No, you see more than just the other side of the sand dune.
Oh.
You see behind you, pretty much to your north and to your east, and in this direction, you see basically all sand dunes. There isn't really a lot noticeable in the landscape. You see some mountains in the distance to the south and to the southwest. But over in the east, you see what appear to be lights and a river in the distance.
Okay. Lights and a river. Is it safe to say that the sun is far enough down that it's dark on the other side of the sky then, if I can perceive lights?
Yes, it is. It is fairly low in the sky. It looks like the sun is about like halfway down the horizon. Looking behind you, you can tell that the sun will probably be up for maybe another 45 minutes.
So I can tell it's going down rather than
Yes.
coming up.
Well, presumably.
B Crew sighs to himself and turns around and looks at the others.
Tom steps forward and says, I think our feathered friend has the right idea.
Hawk just follows.
Do we have to follow that bird train? He left me to die alone.
There's no need for names. We didn't know each other before, and I don't suppose we know each other now.
Selling it.
Hawk, hearing this,
You might learn to like him.
Hawk, yeah, I guess just as he walks past as well, just turns. We were already dead. And heads on over to the sand dune. And just looks over. Turns to B Crew.
B Crew is pointing towards what you can see, not saying anything. Oh no, he says, this way, I guess.
Hawk just looks over to where he's pointing. You guess?
A mild shrug emerges.
Well, it's more than I've got. Fine.
Can I roll perception also, because I don't quite trust Big Crew yet?
Go for it. Anyone can roll perception to see if you can see what Beaker is seeing, if you would want to see. See! You may.
Hawk's not going to bother. He has no idea where he is, and he has no idea of geography, so he trusts him more than his own knowledge on the place.
Tom's old eyes won't be able to see that far.
Okay.
I give myself a low roll.
Would you like to take 0?
One thing.
Beaker, you roll exactly what you think that you'd roll. Whether you roll a 2. Dreglin, you see in the distance what he saw. You see a river kind of snaking its way through a very yellowed looking landscape. as well as lights, and you can make out the very top of what appear to be red towers of some sort, peeking out from behind some sand dunes a ways out. You estimate that if you were to walk, it would probably take you about an hour and a half or so to reach it from here.
Yeah, I guess Birdie Boy here is right about it. I see something out there too. I think a few hard walk, but there is a river, so we can get something to drink also on the way.
Okay. Hawk just turns over to that direction and starts wandering over.
Alright. Do all of you continue in that direction?
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
Alright.
Biku's trying to take up the rear.
Alright.
No.
Wasn't even going there.
Not before you said about it.
Okay. So, does anybody do anything on the way? Otherwise, nothing remarkable happens on the journey.
Well, okay, while he's looking around, Hawk looks down to Nihilus and says, your eyes are better than mine, friend. Anything you can see? And roll a perception check.
Alright. Do you do this immediately upon heading off?
Yeah. pretty
Or...
much.
Alright. And all that he can see, and all that he can see is the
Gust
that
of wind
sand
blows
dune.
sand in his eyes.
Yeah, we'll say he's got sand in his eye, and he just sort
And
of
it's specialized.
just sort of shakes his head and no, and just sort of says no, he doesn't see anything.
Thanks for the translation.
Well, the thing is, I was trying
says
to think of a voice to do for him, but I kind of realised it failed because every time I do it, I need a drink.
Ha!
Speak parcel tongue.
Oh, Andy, I can help you. Here, have my rum.
No, I need a drink.
Any
I
excuse.
need a drink
Any
to get me
excuse for a
pissed at
drink,
the end of it.
You might think that your voice is getting better.
Oh.
Wow, I sound great.
Draclon would like to pull gun out just in case something happens on the journey.
Okay.
Does Biku notice this?
I'm guessing that Dreglin isn't hiding the fact that he is holding a gun, are you?
Nah, I just pull it out and
Okay.
Hold it up like a giant lollipop.
Leomon makes a point of leaning on Dreglon's shoulders as they walk across the dune. Or shoulder, sorry. Not both of them, because he's not Yoda.
Piggyback!
He's just leaning on one shoulder as they walk to steady himself, because it's uneven sand and such.
Okay.
Assuming that
Liam-
Dreglon doesn't shrug him off.
Liam, why don't you explain to our delicious audience what that noise in the background is?
No, I don't think that would make all concerned particularly happy.
Oh, okay. Sorry, everyone,
Alright.
I tried.
So, B-Crew does eventually, at one point or another, notice that Dreglin has his gun out.
Okay.
To answer your question.
Thank you, DM.
Also, when you took out your gun, Dreglin, you notice that you have as many bullets as you had when you had entered the temple. The bullet that you fired at the elemental seems to have been replaced or something similar like that.
What the hell?
But anywho, the journey is not particularly eventful unless you would choose to make it so. So eventually...
Biku stabs everyone. He doesn't.
Nihilus eats everyone.
I told you that he's in
Tom heals everyone.
It's just a constant circle.
By the way, when I made that rule that I won't shoot any humanoid things, is Bikru one of those?
Humanoid, yeah.
Oh,
Humanoid?
damn.
Well,
Wow.
I mean, it's your character.
Wow.
It's your character. Does Dreglin feel that Beaker is human enough? Because I mean, he isn't exactly human either.
I'm humanoid.
Well, and Beaker's, I mean not Beaker, and Dreglin's an elf.
Humafurious.
So unless he like sees humans as like some inferior race that he needs to like take pity on or something.
That is
I
a
need
hard
to give
question.
them a
I need to
sporting
think about
chance.
this for a while.
So basically,
Dreglon
Nippy,
Pond.
is your character racist? Or not?
Dreglon ponders racism as we go through the desert.
Is it
Am
something
I
I
a
should take up?
racist or not?
You know, the word humane is actually kind of racist. It kind of insinuates that humans are more ethical than other races. I mean, why isn't it elfane or something?
Oh yeah, true.
Like, I just don't get it. You say in your head.
well, the first two letters of the Ain bit come from the An of human, so.
Okay, Bikru, I'm sorry. I'm
So
sorry.
it would
This
be-
is
it would
America.
It would be like
Okay,
This
we
is
travel-
America.
Do we get okay? The eventful,
Elfir.
the non-eventful trip.
The non-eventful trip. You guys like, you go through the deserts. The sun falls completely, and you feel a chill wind coming from the direction that you're traveling and from the river, and it kind of reminds you that you're still in what is the equivalent of February. It's still winter, so you just kind of feel like a little chill as the warmth of the desert is kind of blown away as night falls.
How dark is it? Is it dark enough that we can't see our footsteps?
Uh,
Or the ground in front of us, I should say.
It gets to that point as you crest the final sand dune. But once you reach the top of that sand dune, there is enough light in front of you that you can see your feet.
Oh,
Welcome to Lamisara. As you crest.
This map's amazing, Crane! Look at it!
This is the one I was making earlier.
When did you start this? Like, look at it.
I started it last night.
You have been working?
Quite nice.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I started it last night. I was really, really lucky. Early in making this map, I found a site that has a bunch of seamless textures, and I just kind of went hog wild. So, like, everything is textured.
Did you hand draw every one of these buildings?
Yes.
Wow.
Wow.
Do you remember when I was complaining about how many rectangles I was making? Yeah.
Was it these ones?
Yeah.
These quads?
There's so many. There's so many rectangles, guys.
So
There's
where
so many.
where are we?
You are up in the top left corner.
Woo!
Because, yes,
Okay.
you are.
Is that P for party?
Yes, P for party. Because of how large this city is, if you use
Wait,
the,
what?
and everyone dies.
I'm stunned.
And actually, if you use your ruler, you'll see that
holy
the distance
Ooh.
is more than if it were.
I cast a spell,
5
400 feet.
Mwah.
It doesn't make it.
Poke. Poke.
Anyway.
Poke. Oh.
Anyway, you crest the. Get you back on your feet there. You crest the final sand dune, a couple hundred feet away from the city. Who turned you guys upside down again?
Who did it? Yeah, I wonder.
Could have been anyone.
You crest the final hill, and you see before you is a fairly large desert town. Everything is made of The outer walls are made of what seem to be colored plaster or sandstone of some sort, with guard towers peeking. Wow.
Well,
Okay.
Oh, I don't know why he's laughing.
Guys.
Uh,
There is light coming from the city, obviously, but there is a lot more than you would expect. Straight ahead of you guys, you see that there aren't any buildings, but there is a ton of light and a ton of people, like a massive moving people. And on the way to the gate that you see closest to you, this one, you see a number of tents and caravans and all sorts of people have kind of gathered around, almost as if they don't fit. Oh my god.
What's going on? Because I don't actually see what the fuck is going on.
Party is now a car.
Alright.
It's a car with an umlaut. Beep, beep.
I love how this stream has turned into like talking to like sound or something.
oh no, we're
Okay.
going to rest the wall!
This stream now baby friendly.
Oh goodness, all the tents and caravans.
What do you do?
Yeah.
Party
Put it into park.
Party hooks up to a caravan and steals it away.
I hate
I'm just
you.
going to throw me into the air.
Okay, so anyway, so are we like at the caravan entrance now, like where they all are and all these tents?
The outermost ones are probably about 50 feet away from you guys, but there are plenty between you and the gates. The gates appear to be open.
Right. Okay, so where are we
very
at the moment? Are we where? Okay, we're there. Right.
Did Tom indicate that he understood about the this area and the potion we have to get last time?
I don't
So I
think
remember.
I don't think that he said that he did, but he did say that the potion has been holding. I can't believe it's a car. Has been holding up the economy of Thuvia. He did say that part out loud, and Alethar explained a little bit about the elixir. But I don't believe that Tarm actually stated, "Yes, I understand everything about this potion because it got like a freaking like 37 or whatever."
Right.
Didn't we? I think somebody asked what it was or what the elixir was, or something, and then Tom like clocked in. I think so. I think we are aware that he knows, but not not the fact.
You don't
that
know
we
how much he
yet.
knows, but you know that he knows that it has supported Thuvia for thousands of years.
Can okay, so as we're heading up, to the caravans, can me and Nihilus roll a perception check just to gauge like the people around us? What are they like? What's their what's their status? What's that? What's like what they like, etc.
B crew would also like to do that.
All right, go ahead.
Get a sense of the atmosphere and the kinds of people that are here and all that.
Vectlon would like to holster some weapon. Better not go with that.
I'm not rolling well today.
You're not.
So 5 for me, 18 for Nihilus.
All right.
I
Is that all
will
who's
roll
gonna be
perception also.
You're gonna roll? Okay. By the way, this is about like maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours later. Since when you done did it, the
Since we got here.
yes. since you woke up.
Okay.
All right. Hawk, you see people in caravans.
Yep.
Tarm, you see much people in caravans. But Bikru, Nihilus, and Dreglin see that these people in front of them are many different races, many different nationalities. It seems like pretty much all of the intelligent humanoids are accounted for at least once here in the crowd that you see. It feels that way. Obviously, it's not exactly. There are a lot of different types of people. Some of them appear to be performers. Some of them appear to have wares for sale in the back of their wagons. Some of them are right next to heavily laden camels with like blankets and packages all around their saddles. They just seem like travelers and people that are just camping out outside the gate.
Are they just lingering?
There's a lot of movement. Some of them appear to be fetching, like some of them appear to be arriving like you are. Some of them appear to be going, like getting ready to go inside. You see a constant stream of people going towards the gates. You even see and hear a couple of them in various different languages declaring that they have wares for sale and are trying to convince passersby that they very much need this antique rug. Thief for sale! Thief for sale! Come on down!
Rogues.
Sneaky
I would like to buy
charismatic.
one, Steve.
Steal all your goods.
Antique. Nearly by
I have a single antique.
thief.
One singular antique.
Yeah.
Get it before it's hot.
It's my stall. The family for generations.
It's my selling pitch.
But also you see,
Antique, get it before it's
you also
hot.
notice a number of armored folks that appear to be in some sort of uniform wandering around the camp and standing post at the gates. A lot of them are wearing some variation of plate or chain mail, and on their chest is a very large sigil of a flower.
Out of interest, by the way, do Eidolons get hungry?
Do Eidolons get hungry?
Yeah.
I do believe that magical creatures eat. I can double check for you though.
Okay, well, it's not important at this moment in time, but...
What does the flower look like?
As in the specific type of it? Like, are you trying to identify what it is?
To the best of my ability.
That'll be knowledge nature.
I don't think I have that.
Then you can. What was your perception check?
Just like a visual description if I can't identify it as by species or type.
It appears to be a 5-petaled flower, white with an outline of red.
Okay.
After seeing this, can I roll knowledge local? See if I can get anything from it.
Go for it. You may certainly roll knowledge local. If anyone feels that they have a knowledge that would apply, you are more than welcome to declare it and roll it.
I do have a knowledge local, but it's not local to here. How does that
I don't
work?
have any side knowledge.
Local just is just where you are. Like, do you know anything of the local area?
Let me double check.
I think I didn't roll high enough to recognize anything about it last time.
No, you didn't.
No. What? I didn't
What?
know anything, or I didn't roll?
I don't think you rolled high enough. I think you got like a 7.
Ah, okay. So I can't re-roll knowledge.
You can. What is it exactly that you're trying to roll knowledge for? Who is drawing on the map? Children.
I could honestly be anyone. Yeah.
Knowledge local. You have a feeling that the way that it is that is displayed prominently on their chest, that it is some sort of important flower to the either the nation of Thuvia or the city that you're outside the gates of, which Alithar informed you would be heading to Lamazar, so it is safe bets that this is probably that city. So you have a feeling that the flower is either important to the nation or to the city specifically.
Wow,
And
so-
also, you are able to make the connection that it's called the Sun Orchid Elixir. So it is possible that that flower could be an orchid of some variation.
Ooh, okay.
Is that just Hawk making that connection?
Well, if you guys want to roll an intelligence check in general to see if you make that connection, or
Okay.
if you have a knowledge that you feel would be, I'll be honest, the local didn't help him. It was just an intelligence check on his part.
Yep. I see flower,
You see flower.
basically.
You think flower is
Must be an
important.
orchid.
I think flowers is pretty much how I went there.
Flowers.
Okay.
Okay.
No.
No, that is
B Crew sees a flower and he's like, oh, flower.
flower.
I didn't see any flowers in the desert.
Oh, flower.
Flower. But yeah, you see armored men and women of multiple races wandering around the caravans and standing close to the door with the giant flower prominent on their chest.
Is there any kind of like, can we go in, or is there like a line, or are the guards posted, or what?
Well, there are armored men at the door. There seem to be a fairly steady stream of people, at least going towards the gate. It is a very long gate, and you can't quite make out if people are being stopped on the other side of the gate, but you are able to see people going in at a fairly steady pace.
So they're not being checked in on this side anyway.
From this distance, you can't be sure, but you see armored people at least watching them very carefully.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, when Liam gets back, I'm just gonna head straight up and in. Or try to anyway.
And also, you guys are probably more about here-ish for right now.
Oh, okay.
And if at any point you guys would like to separate from the rest of the party, P was just going to be for majority. So if you feel like you want to split, then I can add another icon on here specifically for you.
Oh well. So while we wait for Liam to get back, could I roll another perception to see if I can see like any gambling happening?
Any gambling happening?
Yeah, like just gambling outside, since you said people are setting
Sure.
up. If I can like maybe see any behind, like, you know, covered up or something behind like a few cabins or in a tent, like with a door open or something.
Go for it. 9, you see people sitting around, but you're unsure whether or not they are gambling or if they're just having a wonderful conversation.
Neither of us do.
And all that he could see was the other side of the sand dune, the other side of the sand dune. Nihilus still has sand wedged in his eyes from when they first scaled the first sand dune.
Yeah, he's just he's just shaking his head then and just rubbing his eyes, or attempting to anyway, and then realizing, yeah, I see the worm, and rubbing his eyes. And anyway,
I forgot.
You forgot what?
What?
Oh.
Yeah. I think this is the first time I've worn this squid on a D&D stream.
you have, yeah.
Brain smash!
Buns, we really need to get that squid off her head.
Okay.
If you know the reference.
Shove.
Mage hand.
Get the hell out! Now add some sad music on the background, slow motion when Crane is going after it.
How
And
could
Grace
this
failed
happen
the
to me?
Okay, tell you what. Is there while we're waiting? Is there like a little dune that I could get on, or something higher that I can step on to see over the crowd?
Is there a dune? You are on
Anything.
the top. You are on the top of the dune.
So
You're at
can
the
I
crest
see
of the
over
dune.
the crowd now then?
You have been able to see over the crowd. You're like 300 feet away from the entrance to the.
Can we get go? Okay, can I get closer? Trying to stay at a point where you can still see over the crowd, or is that just not possible? Even if I have to step on
Which
a
crowd are you
box,
trying to see over?
The ones that are going inside.
The ones that are going inside?
Yeah.
Like, how are you trying to like?
Well,
What are you trying to see?
Okay, look, I'm trying to get closer so that I can see over the crowd, so I can see inside a bit more, so I can see what's going on the other side. I assume there's doors.
You can see like over the wall a bit, but you can't. If that's what you're getting at, or are you asking for really?
No. I thought you said they had big, wide open doors that they're going in.
They do. They have wide open doors.
Yeah. So can I see through those doors over the crowd?
Oh, yeah. You can see over their heads. You can see that there are a lot of people like mingling in this area.
Right. Can I roll the perception to see if I can specifically see if they're being stopped to go in or not, or if they're just walking in?
With the perception check that you had rolled before to see what you could see, you weren't able to.
Well, that was
to
just
determine.
generic. That was. Can I not roll another one to see specifically, or?
I mean, you can. You're pretty. All right.
If I can't, that's fine. Just.
Is Picture still here with me and Tom? Because
I haven't gone anywhere.
okay.
Oh.
I guess Drexlon tries to make closer contact with Big Crew. And,
What?
well, like you know,
He's like
get to know.
he's like yawning. He's like, oh.
So
Hey,
how are
buddy.
you?
Hey.
Hey.
You came back just in time, Liam. Dreglin is trying to like flirt with Bikru.
I heard that.
Oh,
It's
man.
fantastic. I think it's great that in the time I've been away, they've managed to work out the differences.
Didn't even need Tarm's help. Just worked it out between the two of them.
So much for that bond.
Check.
What? What about my cat?
All right. So what were you trying
Chat
to do?
is saying
Drex?
that they've seen my cat. I don't think so.
Well,
Oh well.
That's
Drex-
his microphone.
Oh, it might have been Bug, unless Lunar Mischief.
Yeah,
got on
there was
there.
one. There was one of the animals in Liam's.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
it was-
Luna
it was
stole my
somebody.
chair.
But that's
Oh, okay.
somebody else's.
Oh, whatever. Anyway, alright. So what are you doing then, Lively?
I'm fun.
Drexlon would offer a hand to Big Crew and say, by the way, my name is Drexlon. Never heard yours. In silence.
Don't think he can say anything.
Sorry, I was. What?
He was addressing you, Bikru.
Sorry, I was
Well,
too
we also
busy trying
do
to figure
science
out how Bug got here.
Have you been drinking, bud?
Come on, what are you doing?
Technically.
Yeah. So, anyways, how are you going to?
He just introduced himself. He was like, "Hey, I don't